Yeah, so we're moving around. Yeah, you can hire a car. You don't really get a 4x4, just a saloon car would do. Normally about £30 a day, £30 a day. Or if you're just landing and then want to go straight to the festival site, there's going to be shuttle buses going from the airport pretty much every day from the Saturday before the festival. We'll get the details, we'll get the whole timetable for that up on our website. But yeah, there'll be shuttle buses going from there, and then there will be other transport as well, I think, coming from Blantyre city centre as well for people coming from the south. In October, I mean, yeah, it's boiling hot. It's never the sort of humid, close sort of heat that you get in some countries, somewhere like Egypt, something like that, which is great. But if you're out and it's midday and you're in the sunshine, you know, you will burn. It's it gets pretty tasty. Okay, so accommodation for the festival. It's contacting Wilderness Safari, that's our sort of tour operator out there, and they've got deals with hotels, lodges and backpackers places near to the festival site. You can also book camping on site by contacting Sunbird, so we've got those details on our website, lakeofstars.org. In terms of organising a whole itinerary, I mean, again, Wilderness Safari can do that for the whole time you're out there, but there's a number of different good tour operators like Kiboko, Land and Lake Safaris as well. They're a good one. I mean, in terms of what you want to take with you out there, I think a mosquito net. I think that's probably the key thing, and mosquito repellent as well. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the places you stay will have them in there, but it might be their old nets have got holes in, whatever. So it's definitely worth taking it, because malaria can be pretty nasty. In terms of currency, that's another big one that people always ask. I always take a little bit of sterling, because you tend to get more for your money with pounds, and then just make sure you've got a Visa debit card or credit card. There's standard banks branches all across the major cities and towns, so you can draw money out on ATMs out there. For food, again, depending on the budget, I mean, there's some good supermarkets. So if you were sort of camping and doing sort of self-catering, then there's a ShopRite, which is a big, I guess, Tesco's equivalent sort of thing. It's a South African chain, but they're in Lilongwe, in the capital city, so you can stock up there. Otherwise, there's restaurants, bars, cafes, again, in all the major towns and resorts as well. And pretty much every hotel or backpacker space you stay at there will have their own restaurant attached to it as well. Yeah, for the festival itself, and there's food vendors. We've got 6 food vendors on site. And I think Sunbird as well they've got their own permanent restaurant as well, so there'll be food going on from there. And the type of food that you get, again, it ranges. Chicken and chips, quite often. That's a popular one. Steak, goat stew. The fish is really good, especially right by the lake. It's a good fish called chambo, which is great. And that's generally the sort of main stuff that you get there. It depends. As soon as you start going up to some of the slightly more expensive upper scale hotels, you know, there's a bigger range of stuff. But a lot of time, chicken and chips. Okay, so when planning an itinerary in Malawi, great places to go, depending on budget and how much time you've got. But Mount Mulanje in the south, beautiful mountain. The whole region's stunning. It's all tea plantations, and then this massive mountain. I think it's the 3rd largest in Central Africa. Then you've got obviously the lake itself, and where the festival happens, which is an area called Mangochi in the southern part. It's beautiful there, but then if you do travel north to Nkata Bay, there's almost like a Caribbean sort of vibe around that place, and the lake looks like an ocean there. And where the festival happens, you can see the other side of it, but further up north, it's just huge, and there's waves coming off it and everything. Then safari, that's another thing that's got to be done. Best place, there's 2 places for that. One's in Malawi, which is Lwandi National Park, and then the other option is to go across the border to Zambia and go to South Luangwa National Park, and you'll see more wildlife there, definitely, but there's also loads more people. So it's a case to see a lion, and then the guys radio each other, and then there's another 6 jeeps all watching the same thing. Whereas in the Lawandi National Park, it's really all down to you. You can just drive around for hours and not see anyone else. So yeah, those are the key things. Yeah, so as a final message, this year, 2010, 7 years of doing Lake of Stars, but I say this year is the big one. So Oliver Mtukudzi rolling in from Zimbabwe, biggest African headliner we've ever had, plus the Noisettes, you know, Britain's best live band, coming together. More stages than ever, more people, amazing location. Get involved, come down to it. I'm not sure when I look at the camera or looking at you for that.
Or you look at the camera.